Investors must remember that their first job is to preserve their capital. After they've dealt with that, they can approach the second job, seeking a return on that capital. Real investors should never feel bearish because the time to buy value is when markets go down. You must have the discipline and temperament to resist your impulses. Human beings have precisely the wrong instincts when it comes to the markets. If you recognize this, you can resist the urge to buy into a rally and sell into a decline. It's also helpful to remember the power of compounding. You don't need to stretch for returns to grow your capital over the course of your life. Net stocks were easy to find in the early days. All I had to do was to look over annual reports and study balance sheets. I tried to find companies that had dependable assets such as cash, land, and real properties. Then I made sure they didn't have too much debt and had decent prospects. If these stocks traded at below their net working capital, then I would be interested in buying them. In the early days, many companies had opaque financial reporting standards, and so it took quite some effort to read between the lines and delve into the footnotes of financial statements to find out about the quality of a company's management. Sometimes the lack of information made things difficult, and sometimes company executives did not treat shareholders as if they were business owners. Why are results so often below average? I believe there are two reasons. First, the institutional client illogically expects security selection to be limited to the major corporations conventionally selected by others. This conventional bias dooms performance to an approximation of the averages. Second, the institutional investor believes he should have his hand held a few times a year to confirm his own reactions to the current scene. Value investing is one of the best ways to step apart from the crowd and to protect oneself from the unpredictable behavior of the securities markets. Don't depend on recent or current figures to forecast future prices. Remember that many others knew them before you did.